and then we can just leave. Yep. Alright, let's go. Yeah, might as well.
Just stay right there. Where y'all at?
Oh, you don't want us to go? Okay.
I mean, oh, there's a guy right there, Ears.
Oh yeah.
Oh!
You got him?
Shit! Whoa!
Oh, that was so far.
Damn! I Chris Kyled that kid. Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy Ears. Hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. And I'll be giving you guys the 5 best class setups or loadouts to use in Warzone. Now the meta is pretty much already in stone, or at least it's going to be in stone within the next couple of weeks. Now if you guys enjoy the best class setup / the best loadout videos, the best settings, the tips and tricks, or any of my gameplay breakdowns, make sure you guys absolutely smash the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified immediately when I upload a new video. Let's get right into the 5 best class setups / loadouts you guys should be using when jumping into Warzone. Now if you guys are unaware, you can actually bring in a class setup from your multiplayer matches into Warzone, and let me know down in the comment section right now, what are your opinions on this? Now I have mixed opinions on this. It's cool for the players who are not really experienced in Battle Royale and maybe do not really want to loot, but it's also kind of bad because in my opinion it kind of slows down the game, and it's going to cause a lot of players to be sitting on the outskirts of the circle because they can build class setups based upon range that they can have max attachments, max ammo, and literally resistance perks without actually having to properly loot the battlefield to get all those attachments. And right now, which I'm going to explain in this class setup, is that you actually can just run fully loaded on your first weapon, and that will actually transfer over to your second gun, which is incredibly, I'm going to say it's a little bit overpowered. I think they need to kind of fix that right now. So this is going to be the first class setup. It's going to be the M4 with the HDR sniper rifle. You're going to be seeing a lot of class setups where I'm running a rifle and a sniper rifle combo because, like I said, the way the meta is going to be set in stone is players picking off people from the outskirts of the circle, taking enemies, you know, that are trying to run into the circle and being on elevated positions. Now with the M4, because we're playing Warzone, it's not a traditional multiplayer match, we do not have to focus on ADS speeds when making these class setups. Now run the mild suppressor, which is going to allow me to have increased sound suppression as well as increased damage range. I'm running the Corvus custom barrel, which allows me to have increased damage range, increased bullet velocity, as well as increased recoil control. I'm also running the commando foregrip with recoil stabilization and also aiming stability, and then I'm running the 60 round magazine, so I have enough ammunition to take out multiple players if they have on armor, which majority of people in this game do have on armor. So having a 60 round clip is going to be very helpful, especially if you're running the M4. And then finally, I have on the fully loaded perk. Right now, in my opinion, fully loaded is the best perk to run because, like I said earlier, it transitions over to your secondary weapon if you are running overkill without actually having to have overkill equipped on that gun. And for the HDR, you're going to see that I'm running the mild suppressor again. I'm running the 26.9 HDR Pro barrel, which allows me to have increased damage range, increased bullet velocity, as well as increased recoil control. I'm running the 7 round magazine, not the 9 round. You don't really need to run the 9 round. The 7 is good enough just so I can ADS a little bit faster, even though realistically it doesn't really matter in Battle Royale, but just a little bit speed is just, you know, going to be a little bit helpful. And then I'm running the thermal dual power scope. Now this is going to be a thermal target identification and also magnetization toggle. The thermal scope, guys, this is going to be the new meta in Battle Royale, and if you guys are not running this right now, run it immediately because it is very difficult to see players on the map because there are so many buildings, there's so many windows, there's so much grass, you know, foliage, just stuff in the way. Having a thermal sight is going to make it a little bit easier for you to spot targets. And then finally, I'm running the FTAC Stalker Scout stock, which allows me to have increased aim down sight speed. That is going to be my standard HDR class setup for each and every overkill setup that I am running with a sniper rifle. And now for the perks, these are going to be the 3 best perks you guys can run in Warzone, in my opinion, as the meta is in stone. Now right now, I recommend you guys running cold-blooded. It's going to make it so you're undetectable by AI targeting systems and thermal optics. This is super important because players are now starting to run thermal sights on not only ARs, but also snipers. overkill, obviously, because having 2 weapons is better than 1, and you don't have to go out and loot for another weapon, because unfortunately there really aren't attachments laced on the map. So going ahead and getting into an ammo crate, or supply crate, and picking up a class that has overkill, it's going to be your best option. And then finally, I have on shrapnel. Now the reason I do run shrapnel is because I like to run a lethal, which is going to be the Semtex, and then finally the smoke grenade. The reason I run the Semtex is because if you're getting rushed by multiple people at the same time, which sometimes people like to third party you, which what I mean by third party is a lot of players are trying to attack you, maybe a different squad after you get done engaging a previous squad. Throwing out those Semtexes are going to keep them at bay, and you might be able to catch an enemy that might not expect you to have 2 of them. And then finally, I have on the smoke grenade, because obviously being able to run across an area of the map, if there is a sniper that does not have a thermal sight, or maybe your teammates don't have on cold-blooded and they don't have a thermal, this is going to be really, really helpful. And that's the reason why I run a smoke grenade, a Semtex, cold-blooded, overkill, shrapnel on literally all of my battle royale classes for Modern Warfare. Now, class number 2 is going to be the FAMAS. Now, the FAMAS is actually very good. It's around a 2 to 3 burst kill, which honestly in this mode is very good, especially if they have on max armor. The FAMAS is a melt machine. Now, one with the FAMAS is going to be the 24.4 inch sniper barrel, which is going to increase that damage range, bullet velocity, as well as recoil control. I'm running the Merc foregrip for recoil control and also hip fire accuracy. The reason I'm running the Merc foregrip is because and I mean if for some reason I get into a close range gunfight, that hip fire is going to be what's going to save me with this weapon. I'm running the 60 round magazine because body armor, it's very everybody has it, so you're going to need to have as many bullets as possible to put in the targets. And I'm running the GI MIDI reflex because in my opinion is the cleanest optic in the game. And then finally, I am running fully loaded because obviously it's going to give me max ammo to start off of, so I don't have to loot out for ammo, and it's going to give it to my HDR as well. Now, class setup number 3 is going to be my AK47 range setup. Now, the AK is another fantastic weapon to use in Battle Royale. There actually is a Golden Dragon AK you can find off the ground, but if you guys are actually going ahead and picking up a class setup from your supply crate, go ahead and run this setup here. It's very good. It's really, really good at range. It's gonna be the 23 inch RPK barrel, which is gonna allow you to have increased damage range, increased bullet velocity, as well as increased recoil control. I'm also running the Ranger foregrip on this one, so I have increased recoil and aiming stability. I want my AK-47 to be dead accurate because it's a high damage rifle, so I'm able to drop enemies off a lot quicker. I'm running the stippled grip tape, so I can, aim down sights a little bit faster and sprint to fire. And I'm also running the canted hybrid. Now, the reason I'm running the canted hybrid is because it has a GI mini reflex as well as a kind of a toggle scope. So since the AK, I like to use this at range and kind of pop fire and pick enemies off. That's exactly where I'm running this optic, so I can pick enemies off at either close range, medium range, or long range with that max optic sight. And then finally, again, I'm running fully loaded, so that transitions over to not only to my AK, but to my HDR as well. Now, another class that I recommend you guys checking out is going to be the PKM. Now, the PKM is actually very good. Now, if you guys are trying to have a spray and pray weapon that's good at, literally close range, medium range, or long range, the PKM is pretty solid. Now, for this weapon, I'm running the 26.9 inch extended barrel, which is going to allow me to have increased damage range, increased bullet velocity, as well as increased recoil control. I'm running the snatch grip, which is going to allow me to have recoil control as well as aim down sight speed. The 200 round belt, so I can spray and pray and take out multiple squads at one time. Fully loaded, obviously, so I transitioned over to this weapon and my backup weapon. And then finally, I'm running the no stock attachment, so I have increased movement speed as well as increased aim down sight speed. And I'm actually not running a sniper on this setup. I'm running the MP5. Now, for the MP5, I'm running it with the integral monolithic suppressor because, if I want to go into close range engagements with this, I'm not going to be using that PKM. I'm going to be using the MP5, so going to be really helpful. Sound suppression, as well as bullet velocity, the Merc foregrip, so I can have recoil control and also increased hip fire because the MP5 hip fire with the Merc foregrip is absolutely amazing. The 45 round magazine, so I can spray and pray, stippled grip tape to aim down sights faster, and the FTAC collapsible stock, so I can have increased movement speed as well as increased aim down sight speed. And then finally, another class that you guys can check out if you guys have the Grau unlocked is this Grau setup, which is going to be pretty much the same thing as my M4. I'm running the monolithic suppressor, the FFS 26.4 inch Archangel barrel, which is going to allow me to have increased damage range, increased bullet velocity, as well as increased recoil control. I am running the 60 round magazine, which in my opinion is super helpful because if people have on body armor, I'm gonna have enough ammunition to take them out. The no stock attachment, so I can have increased movement speed and aim down sight speed. And then finally, I'm running fully loaded, so I have max ammo for my Grau and my HDR. These are gonna be my 5 class that I recommend you guys going ahead and using immediately once you guys load up into Warzone. The meta is subject to change, but I do not think it's going to change for at least the next couple of months. But when it does change, I will make another video updating you guys on the 5 best classes you guys should be using when playing this game mode. If you guys did enjoy the video and want to see more best class setups, tips and tricks videos, best settings, or any of my gameplay breakdowns that I do on Warzone, make sure you guys absolutely smash the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on those post notifications. With all being said, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Deuces. If you made it this far into the video, odds are you enjoy the content or you are a very loyal subscriber, and I cannot thank you guys enough for your everlasting support. If you guys are unaware, every single night at 11:45 p.m. Central Time and also every single morning at 11:15 a.m. Central Time, I am live streaming over on Twitch. On Twitch, I'm playing Modern Warfare with viewers, subscribers, anybody who wants to go ahead, interact with me, or run a couple games of Modern Warfare. You can go ahead and find my Twitch channel by searching in twitch.tv/earsxbl in the Google search bar, or going on Twitch and typing in earsxbl. My channel's gonna be the first thing that pops up. Make sure you guys go ahead and drop me a follow. We are on the road to 8,000 followers, as well as if you guys have Twitch Prime and want to hook your boy up, that'd be greatly appreciated. And if you guys do actually subscribe to the channel with Twitch Prime or actually use a tier 1 sub, make sure you guys let me know over on Twitter. My link is gonna be down in the description below. Tweet me a picture and I'll make sure to follow you guys back and give you guys a personalized thank you. Appreciate all the support you guys have been showing on the videos. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I hope to see as many of you guys over on the Twitch streams as possible. With all being said, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.